I'm just going to show an application that I made in C# that automates my process for updating my Marketplace plugin. So what I'd usually do is I would have a pack folder and I'd just open up command or git bash, and I'd run this command with RunUAT to build the plugin. And it does a full rebuild, it catches any errors, and it's the same command that Epic uses. And I'd have to do this for all 3 engine versions, and it's quite slow. And I would then, once I verify that it works, I'd come into my actual plugin folder, I'd move out the binaries and intermediate, I'd zip it up, and then I'd move them back in so that I've a zip without these binaries and intermediate. So I made this application that just does all of that for me. And it can do all the engines in a row, so I don't have to be present during the long process of building them. So I've got it set up for 425, so it's got the engine directory, the plugin file, and the output directory, and an option to zip it on success. It will nuke the pack output directory, and it tells you if it's not empty. I don't think it detects folders, just files. So if I go change engine version, I can make it do 423 as well. So if I can use the same output directory because I don't need the packaged files. All I need is to know if it packaged properly. So plugin file as well. If I come down to my X drive, I can just go to 423, move it, plugins, move it, new plugin. And then the engine root directory, back to D drive, Epic Games, 423. Now if I select the wrong folder, I select the right folder at the time. If I select the wrong one, or error. So you can't accidentally select the incorrect folder. And now that I've got them all set up, so you'll see if I go back to 425, it's got those settings saved. And it just uses a config ini, so you can delete those if you want to remove an engine. It also has log files. I'm just going to delete those to keep it clean for this example. I'm going to go package all engines. So it starts off by packaging MoveIt 4.23. Don't close any of this stuff unless you actually want to cancel it, but there's abort and close buttons for that. So I'm going to fast forward here because it takes a fair while. So just watch what it does when it starts zipping it. You'll notice it pulls the binaries and intermediate out, and then it puts it makes a zip file, then it puts them back in. There we go, binaries and intermediate, zip file. And you can see it's finished, but now it's got the full size, and the binaries and intermediate have gone back in, and the zip that I'm left with has no binaries or intermediate. And now it's doing 425. So because it packaged successfully and has no warnings or errors, these remain grayed out. But if I hit open log, I can actually just go through and view the output here, and if I need to. Okay, so 4.25 packaged successfully, but it had a warning. So usually you'd have to go through and just make sure there were no warnings, but they can be quite difficult to locate. So I made it detect any warnings or errors and just give you a nice UI to view them in. So you can see there was a deprecation in 425 which triggered this warning.